Alright, welcome to another episode of World by Night. This is the Werewolf edition. It was supposed to be Greer, but after some talking, we decided Greer's side session doesn't need to be done. So this is now the side session for Faeldor, which I will have to change later. Faeldor wanted to get some things accomplished, so we figured we'd start. Alright, let's see. Last we left off, Faeldor just got to the cairn.
I had been there a little bit and kind of
Okay.
socialized, and then we decided to go find this other cairn on top of a mountain, and I'm going to carry a piece of the worm around and see how that works for me.
Yeah, that's right.
And then Faeldor wanted to keep it and use it against the worm, but was kind of outvoted because he was in a helicopter, and they basically told him either it goes out or you go out with it.
Well, they didn't. The main thing was they didn't want to bring it back to the cairn because
Right.
cairn's already a big beacon enough. They don't need an entire, legion of black spirals, showing up in everything else it would bring. So
That's
more
something
the reason
that
why.
Faeldor may have to pursue privately a little bit later, but for now, he's got some other things
I
on
mean,
his
you could
plate.
probably get the pack to help you with it. I mean, because you're gonna need the hands because New York City was already crawling with, tons of BSDs and stuff. So
Yeah, I guess the
definitely
one
gonna
hope
need.
I have is that I blend in.
Yeah, I mean that might be your one
It's,
saving grace, but
I was thinking it could potentially be more of an espionage mission rather than a let's all go kick down the doors. It's more of a I'll go in and smuggle it out.
or they could always keep a group busy, making people think that it's just another random guru attack. And you
Yeah,
sneak in, get the
some
item.
smoke and mirrors.
Yeah. Whole problem is trying to hide that item from letting the worm creatures themselves.
Well, and once I get it out, he has some thoughts on how it may be able to be cleansed or further manipulated, but first you had to get it to a semi-controlled location.
Yeah, trying to do that in the middle of
Well, right,
middle of all the worm
last
would
time
kind of be
was
painful.
fine, so.
Okay. So yeah. Okay. So you've been there for a while. Um. You know that when it comes to creating, you know, anything armor or weapon wise, Alec is your, well, I'd say man, but well, everybody knows him as the Rug and the Werebear. So.
Yeah, and I have
um.
some skill doing it, but he
Mhm.
may have more.
Yeah. He's got a
Most of
lot
my
more.
crafting is more of the modern take.
Hmm.
When we're talking crafting hide armor, he might be better qualified.
Yeah.
But he might be able to
Yeah.
instruct me
Definitely.
too, so next time I can assist him. So that's possible for learning opportunity as well. But I
Hmm.
know the first point is that they're BSD metis hide, so before they can be
Yeah.
crafted effectively, I have to cleanse them somehow. Um,
Um,
yeah, and so
there's a rite of, if there's a rite of cleansing you can do. I
there
don't know if he
is.
has it. If he doesn't have it, he's going to have to go to Theurge and have them do it, or someone who knows it. I mean, it doesn't have to be a Theurge; it can be anybody. Anybody who's got the gift. Shit, that reminds me. I need to talk to Holly about the various gifts everyone would know. Actually, I think rite of cleansing would probably be one of them. I don't know these
You know, I
packs that
knew
go
it
out.
existed, but I didn't see it.
They might have it called something else.
Is it a right or a gift?
I believe it's an official rite. But
It's a right.
okay, yeah.
Adrian has it. Caitlin has it.
Rite of cleansing. It's an accord rite.
The
Yeah.
Septheurge damn well better have it. Otherwise,
It's a level. Yeah,
shithead.
it's a level one. Rite, so yeah,
Free
you could
Pop,
try
I
it.
believe,
Oh,
has
so
it.
yeah. Well, I figured that would probably be one of the rites that one of the things that would be taught to everybody because as often as everybody's going out. I mean, I don't know. I mean, depends on what Adrian says about it. I mean, so I'm leaving that kind of up to you whether or not she would have everybody learn it.
That I mean, it's useful, but not. There's people also. Every hospice has their focus. She's not gonna. If you don't want to learn it, she's not gonna be like, here, you have to learn it, assholes.
Level 1. If you're looking at the W20 book, it's on page 203 to be specific. But I'm looking at the website we always go to, and I found it almost immediately.
Yeah. If you don't know rite of cleansing, there are
Yeah, there it is.
that have it.
So, if nothing else.
Pick
There
it
it
up
is.
while they do it. Yeah.
I do not have it, but perhaps I'll see if I can learn it at the same time.
Yes. Yes, that's key. Yes, yes.
So I'll approach.
Right, cannot cleanse hand of the most innate sort either.
Yeah.
So you're going to be looking for a theurge?
Yeah.
Or... Okay. Well.
And I'd ask around. I know at least some of the people on the cairn.
There are plenty of theurges, so I guess the question is, who do you check with first?
Well, I'd check with.
There is a butt ton of here.
I'd probably check with whichever other Shadow Lords might be around, because they're going to be the ones I have the best chance of dealing with.
Well, there's
And the only one I know offhand is Adrian.
Yep, Adrian knows rite of cleansing.
Well, I might be able to cut to the chase as long as she doesn't mind being bothered.
Yeah. Oh, Adrian's always wandering around the sept, and she's not exactly difficult to talk to. So you don't got a problem finding her. She's probably around checking on how some of the pups are doing in regards to maybe rite of passages. Who knows? She's got that right too. Lots of them did just get renown.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well, I'll look for her and I'll kind of explain that it's a rite I'm not familiar with. I've got these hides that I'm looking to have purified so they can be used to craft a fetish. And I know how to craft a fetish, but I don't know how to cleanse the taint.
She gives you a really funny look when you bring up the hide. You mean you've been storing rotting black spiral dancer flesh around?
Well, I canned them. I canned them and stuff, but they're still not pleasant.
Oh, how did you live with that smell? Oh,
well,
no, yeah, we'll take care of those, Faeldor. We'll take care of those.
As soon as possible.
Please, go get them immediately. Meet me over blah, blah, blah. And she points over to spot across the sept.
Far away from
Yeah, far away from everyone else. How long have you had those stored, just out of curiosity?
It would be over a week.
Oh God, yeah.
Well, he was tanning them, because he.
Okay. Okay.
You hang them over the smoke and then scrape the flesh off and stuff. So they're tanned hides, but they're still BFC hides.
Right. Okay. Yeah. She just wants those.
There's probably more of a supernatural stench than there is an actual.
Yeah.
Exactly, nasty rotting worm stench.
And I'm probably like, what smell?
Yeah, you wouldn't notice. You're like, what smell? And she's like, nah, I notice everything. Yeah, okay. So if you're gonna get those items for her, while you're getting your hide, she's gonna get the stuff that she needs.
Okay.
And just so people actually get what the hell is going on, let's see. Good God, this thing is so long. All right. I'm just going to read the rite out loud so that way people know. This rite purifies a person, place, or object, allowing it to be used without fear of worm taint. The most common form of this rite involves the rite master inscribing a circle on the earth, walking counterclockwise around the affiliated person or object while holding a smoldering branch or torch. She must use a branch, preferably willow or birch, dipped in pure water or snow to sprinkle the object or person cleansed. As the rite master does so, all Guru present release an eerie, otherworldly howl in an attempt to frighten away the corrupting influence. Ideally, this rite is performed at dawn but may function anytime. So, yeah, she's probably going to need you to howl at some point while she does that, but
Yeah.
you're good. I would roll, let's see, what would it be to learn this right? Wits writs, intelligence writs while watching? Probably
Intelligence writs, I think would be. Yeah.
Intelligence, yeah.
I mean, wits doesn't even really classify for that. So.
Yeah, and the fun part about learning rituals is they don't cost XP.
Yeah. You're learning it in game. You learn it in game.
Yeah.
No XP cost.
Standard difficulty you want for that?
I think it is just standard.
Yeah.
That's going to be 3 successes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's enough to learn the level 1 right, for sure. You've picked it up. I mean, you're obviously gonna... You've picked it up just from watching it. It's an easy ritual.
Yeah.
Level 1 is enough.
Alright.
I'd have to give her a minute. Child in the background is screaming. So.
No, it's always the child of the husband, so.
Yeah, husband she would just ignore. Unless he's getting out of hand. Yeah, sometimes he does.
You know, there's times I have to turn down the volume just on her mic.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah, once you get it cleansed, he can at least work it into hide armor. And we can say, if, for like the times you're gone, that's what you're doing, is you're learning, how to craft armor and stuff from him.
Right.
If there's something specific you want to learn, just, obviously armor is always nice, even for the guru, do a bit more.
Alright, sorry. So Adrian is going to take and do this on them all individually just because of what they are.
And plus, doing it 3 times would actually help him learn it even better.
Exactly.
He already got enough to learn it the first time around, but that way he sees it 3 times in a row. That will definitely sink it home.
Sink it home. And like I said, they're BSD pelts. She's not gonna putz around. She will make sure they are cleansed.
Sorry about that.
All good. So you now have 3 cleansed BSD pelts. Yay! And you've learned the rite of cleansing. Yay!
And while I'm talking to her, I'll tell her I have tales of my history that I think need to be relayed. Some of them relate to our tribe, and ask her who she thinks that would be best to discuss them with.
Well, you are out of character. You know you're talking to not only your Sept Alpha, but your tribe leader. But
Oh, I
here,
didn't
this
know
is
if
what you
it's
don't
something
know.
he wants to bother with.
Well, I am a Galliard.
Alright, well. I have a interesting tale I can relay.
And I would like to hear it.
Um, it may go better if we have another theurge who can validate some of my claims.
A Theurge or
Or,
even a Philodox, hell.
well, someone who can speak with spirits would be the primary benefit.
Or optionally a Philodox who can tell if you're lying or not.
Right. Or both.
Philodox might be
No.
easier, then you don't have to pull spirits in.
Yeah. Not like, Adrian couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
Got a way to sense.
I do.
It would be easier if someone else verified it.
Yeah. She could have a secondary. Who was the Sept Philodox? Good God, I think it was a Silver Fang.
Probably was. I don't know. Don't matter.
Yes, it was a Silver.
Not a big deal. Yeah, sure.
It was one of Albrecht's too. No, because didn't the Shadow Lords from the other Sept come here? If I recall correctly, they sent here. So, no, even better. It's a Philodox. It is a Shadow Lord Philodox that's currently here. All the more better. And Will, you know how to play this asshole correctly.
Because that's what he is, an asshole.
Yes. No. She's like, go ahead. Yeah, I know somebody who would like to sit in on it. Why don't we go to my office and give me 20 minutes?
Yeah, that'll give me time to take this over and speak with our wonderful crafter.
Right. And she's gonna go hunt down Sergey.
He sees you approaching, you see him look over, say something to the others. They just keep their mouth shut.
Perception empathy?
Sure,
I will pull her sheet up to roll perception empathy. Because these guys are being fuckheads. And I know it. I know
Sergey's always been a dick to you, so.
Yeah, well.
Remember, he's the one that sent you into the abyss for a piece of paper.
Yeah, well, he better watch himself. Alright, 6 dice.
You are officially Margrave, but that doesn't mean he has to like it.
A 6 and an 8, so I have a 6. I get 1 success. So that damn 1. But yeah.
From what you can tell, it wasn't obviously anything very nice.
After I sent people to save the Karen, he's still going to be a dick to me, huh?
Dick, no matter what.
Yep.
He is a true Shadow Lord. Dick. Yes, Gio, what can we do for you?
Who?
Oh, God damn it. See? I'm thinking already days ahead. Yes, Adrian, what can we do for you?
What can you do for me? Well, I have a pup, one of our tribe, who'd like to tell a story, but, well, he doesn't have anyone to back it, so you can see where your skills might come in handy.
Okay. For him, yeah.
He's like, for him, okay. Like, fuck you, bitch, I hate you.
He does. He was going for Margrave, too.
Right? Hey, he should be mad at the rest of the tribe, not me.
Buddy.
Alright.
Being a dick.
Well,
he follows.
Yep. She just literally like brings a finger up and she's like, come on. And
just for fun, I have to see if he keeps his willpower in check.
Yeah. You mean his rage in check?
No willpower. Keep him from saying something. You luck out.
Oh, I lucked out?
Yeah, I had to do a willpower check, see if he was going to say something. And he manages to keep it to himself.
Damn right he does. She might backhand him. So yeah, they will go and wait for Faeldor in her office. And Faeldor, you said you're taking those pelts to
Alec.
Alec?
Yep.
All right. Well,
I mean, Alex says it's going to take a while.
Yeah, it's going to take a little bit of time.
He's like, I'm good. I'm not that good.
Yeah. It'll take him some time, but he can do it.
No.
And
I will ask him, tell him I have a meeting, but that afterwards I would be interested in seeing some of his techniques. I know some craft work, but most of mine involves more modern stuff.
okay.
You know, Faeldor, he knows how gunsmith and rig booby traps and that sort of thing. But
Oh yeah, he can. You want to learn how to actually make the weapons,
right? Well,
so.
the earlier weapons I can.
Yeah.
I can make you a Colt 911,
Yeah.
1911, but you know, making a blade or a armor is a whole different matter.
And
the only blade he's crafted previously was with the help of and guidance of a pack total.
Right. Yeah. Oh, he'll definitely help you with that. He's helping Koji too, so there's no reason he can't show you.
Yeah.
So, and then I will.
Yeah, when you're ready, he'll just come find him, come talk to him.
Yep, I just have to go spend some time telling his tale first.
Oh boy, yes you do.
And then I'll head out to Adrian's office.
Okay, and you cast Sergey. So who the F is Sergey played by the way? Sergey. You see Adrian in the room, and then there's this other dude. I think you cast Sergey.
I think there's a picture in my Facebook.
There's a picture of him. I think it was just a random guy I found.
Yeah. Well, you see that guy.
Yeah. Because honestly, I don't remember. I don't think.
I can look for it.
Yeah, I think he was just a random pick. You know, I was looking through various pictures and the ones I found. So.
Yeah. He's in the room, and you definitely could feel like, oh, yep, he's also a Shadow Lord. He's a big Russian dude, I know that.
Yeah.
Oh, with a name like Sergey, I'd kind of expect that.
Spiral Skinner is his guru name.
Ironic.
When you go up there, Adrian will go ahead, motion for you to take a seat. She's not going to make you stand up while in her office. I mean,
okay. I'll sit down.
The Philodox is, well, hell. Sergey is obviously going to want to watch him while he tells his story, so
yeah, that's why
she'll even be nice and let Sergey sit on the opposite side, and she'll stand up and listen.
Intelligence, empathy. What's your manipulation subterfuge, Faeldor?
It is total of 5.
5. So that's the difficulty, yes. Intelligence, empathy.
Right.
Like the diff 5?
Apparently that's Sergey.
Yes, that's Sergey.
Yep.
Holy shit. You ain't lying anytime soon.
Nope.
5 successes. She's going to be able to note every word that's
I was gonna
untrue.
say, yeah, I was gonna say all you needed was one untruth of Gaia, if that's what it
Yeah,
was.
that's exactly what it was. Yeah, and he got 5. So yeah, you're not going to be able to do anything that isn't. I mean, not that you would, but
Right.
and it is very specific. It says if the speaker doesn't know whether it's true or not, then it will show up as neither, which will definitely
Right.
pique his curiosity if that comes up. Hmm. He just looks at you, Faeldor. Well, go ahead.
Well, I was raised, prior to knowing what I was raised among an Irish family of Fianna kinfolk, but my father had kept to himself the fact that he also bore Romanian blood. And at a young age, I tended to get in scuffles. Um,
Sergey just smiles at that.
and uh, it prompted my the truth to come out when I first shifted, and it was apparent that I was not a Fianna. However, I was because of my heritage, I was given a unique position among the Irish crime organization, if you will. Our family ran a networked organization. Um, some of it was below the table, some of it above the table. And I served primarily because I could learn things and know things that others couldn't as a theurge. Um, we moved to a area where I was able to find. I was put in contact with a small pack of Shadow Lords that was lacking a theurge, um, with the intent that I could learn more about my heritage. However, even from the time I got there, I felt that something was amiss with them. Something was always off. The shadows always seemed not quite right among them. And the longer I was there, the more I noticed it, and I even felt it reaching towards me. I came to a head one night when I found my packmaster and Arun leading the rest of the pack without me in a strange rite and a dance. And I saw the flames of our typical bonfires and campfires flare green. Um, the
Oh.
uh, our pack totem, Stormcrow, spoke to me and warned me of the danger and sought refuge. Asked me to help him seek refuge that he wouldn't be corrupted as well. That when I say that, I'll pull out my assassin clave and I'll set it on the table in front of me. This was the first fetish I ever created. A blade, apparently of a style traditional to the Shadow Lords, and it
Oh,
was created with the guidance of Stormcrow himself.
when you set it down on the desk, Adrian, because she's perched up on the corner of the desk, pissing Sergey off. She leans over and she's gonna pick it up and take a look at it.
After I created this blade and gave Stormcrow haven within it, I knew that the only thing left to do was try and stop the corruption. And just like a bonfire, the only way to keep it from spreading was to burn everything around it so it could not. Bearing that blade, while they were engaged in their rite, I snuck back, struck them down, and set flame to everything. Um, true flames, not the corrupted flames of their rite, but true cleansing flames burned the entire cairn, um, as well as my packmates. When it was over, the only thing I found unburnt was the skull of the Arun. And I'll take it out and set it on the table, and it still flickers with ghostly balefire, but it's not true balefire. It's just a illusory memory of it, so to speak.
Right.
For
Well,
whatever reason, the Arun, who I didn't believe to be Medish, but perhaps he was, but his skull remained in the Medish form and flickered with those runes. I've borne it with me as a reminder of the corruption that needs to be
I think,
stopped.
in all honesty, this is Adrian and Sergey both need to roll rage seeing the skull. Even though, and listening to it just because of what it is. He pretty much just said, yep. They're not mad at you, they're mad at the like, just hearing about
Oh.
their tribe. Oh, God. Well, he better steel himself.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. Adrian's dropping a willpower, too, because they're both pissed. But not at you. Yeah, see, Adrian has to drop it, too. They had equal successes.
That would not have gone well.
They probably would have killed each other. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, at this point, yeah, probably.
Yeah. No, they definitely look pissed seeing that skull, but you know it's not at you.
Because they're looking at the skull.
Yeah, I do have a hide bag that I'll take out and I'll set in front of him, and I'll say, this is a bag of ashes taken from the heart of that burned cairn. I keep it with me as well, both as a reminder of what happens to those who fall, and also as a reminder that sometimes we have to do what's necessary. I also have occasionally employed it in rites. But after everything was burned to ash, there was nothing left for me. I mean, at that point, too, I knew that the corruption had seeped into me enough that I needed to seek out assistance. It was too much for me to purify myself, short of obliterating myself. So I left, bid farewell to my family of Fianna, and I did create a cache that at some point we could return and recover. It may be useful. I had substantial resources as a leader of the family, that I stored away, but I left and set out traveling, and thus did I come to the realization that I hadn't found anyone who could help me on this side, so I sought assistance in the Umbra, which is where the pack first found me here and brought me back.
Whew. Wow.
He just nods towards you, Adrian.
He's telling the
Hinting
truth.
that, yeah.
Well, whew. Well, you've come to the right place if you need help with your problem.
Well, I
Ooh,
imagine
that's heavy.
the level of cleansing will require more than a simple rite. I've been told both by spirits and by others that I appear closer to an incarnation of the worm or a BSD than anything else.
Well, they aren't lying, and I hate to say it, but you may wind up going somewhere you're not gonna like, necessarily.
Sergey just smiled.
Well, that seems to be a common pattern.
If we can't figure this out another way. Because she knows that Sergei thoroughly enjoys the idea of putting another guru through hell.
Yep. That's why he smiled.
Well,
I
I do.
know.
I've been told that in the area, at least, New York is a hotbed of corruption. So I had considered the possibility that perhaps cleansing some of the corruption there might lessen my own.
New York is overrun.
Well,
We've had people in and out of there.
suicide mission or redemption quest, call it what you will, but if that's what it comes down to, I understand. I certainly don't want to endanger everyone else here. That's why I left my family of kinfolk, even though they weren't Shadow Lord kinfolk. They were still close to me, but the last thing
Still
I needed to do was
recognize you for
endanger
what you
them.
are.
The last thing I want to do is endanger others. So.
Well, have you tried talking about talking to your pack about that? Maybe they might
I
have ideas too.
I will be bringing up a little more in depth. I haven't had a chance to discuss it, and I didn't want to share the whole story. Uh, before I spoke with. The last thing I wanted was for you to find out inadvertently through someone else secondhand. I felt it the right thing to do was to tell you firsthand before I began telling others. Because I imagine it's one thing for me to share this tale, it's another for you to hear it from someone else, and then you have to wonder why I didn't tell you in the first place.
Correct.
Sergey just nods.
Well, we can look into things. I have an if all else fails option for you, but I'd really rather try other things than my idea first.
Yeah,
You've
I don't think you want to ask too much from Grandfather Thunder right now. He just looks at Adrian.
Adrian looks at Sergey. Not what I meant. She smiles.
Well, I know last time I was in the Umbra, that was one of the dilemmas too, is apparently I resonate strongly as a storm spirit and as a worm spirit, so there was some confusion there.
Yeah, you might not want to misrepresent Grandfather with that image.
Well,
That probably doesn't make him happy.
no,
Sergey just smiles.
I don't know whether it was true or not because my last pack was filled with deceivers, but they did say that I resonated more strongly in the Umbra than any years they'd seen in a long time.
Well, you've tried. I'm guessing you're coming to us with this because you've already tried simple rites of cleansing.
Yes.
Simple one won't cut it. Okay.
No.
Um.
Cleansing rituals and cleansing penances aren't sufficient. I wandered the Umbra seeking answers, and wandering aimlessly wasn't getting me anywhere. I needed assistance.
Some of the smaller spirits might not be able to help. But some of the more powerful ones may be able to do something. Their price is going to be steep, though, if you get it from them. But in my idea, she just looks at him. Have you ever heard of Erebus?
Sergey just smiles.
I don't know if that's something I would have heard of. Probably at some point.
Do you have Umbra lore or occult or
I have
Guru
3 in
lore?
occult.
Okay, roll your intelligence occult at diff. What rank are you? 2?
Mm-hmm.
I'm still rank 1.
Oh, you're still rank 1? Okay,
That's
diff
right.
8.
Yeah, you just got
Diff
it.
8, you're still a newbie. That's why I was debating.
I do have a merit that gives me a -1 difficulty on occult knowledges. Would that come up?
Awesome, yeah. I love you too, but can I have that, please? Because
That's awful nice.
You holding a baseball bat and pointing
I
it
don't know
at me
shit,
makes me really
apparently.
nervous.
Apparently, I don't have a damn clue what they're talking about.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I double
Okay.
botched.
All right.
Oh.
Okay, give me just a second.
You just get a big headache thinking about it.
Right?
You're like, oh, headache.
Nosebleed. Concentrating so
Yeah,
hard.
he's really looking hard, like, and they're waiting to see if he gets it for just a moment.
The
Okay.
look of sheer pain on his face actually gives Sergei a smile.
They've apparently spent too long wandering in shadows and corruption, too.
Okay, Sergey. She just looks at Sergey, like shakes her head. And
As I said, some of my knowledge, especially that of our tribe, has been lacking.
well, let me tell it. Erebus, Faeldor, it's a place of spiritual cleansing. It's filled with rivers of molten silver, and that's how they heal.
I think you and I have very different definitions of healing, but I understand the premise.
Yes.
Sergei actually smiles widely at that.
Sometimes
Yeah,
penance
I
is
wanna heal.
Well,
required.
see, really the action, really the what you did. Your actions usually determine how long that you're held there to be cleansed. Some guru can go months, years, or centuries, in the case of a black spiral dancer. You, however, may not take all that long at all if that were the case. But now do you understand why I say last option?
Yes, I haven't had a chance yet to discuss with my pack. Perhaps they have other insights. But
Perhaps.
either way, I could see
I'll keep
it's at
thinking.
least still an alternative option. I'm sure the ultimate alternative.
Yeah. And I'll keep thinking, I'll keep trying to look into other things too. I'd really rather not send you to Erebus if I don't have to.
Builds character.
Well, if it's necessary for the safety of the pack, then so be it.
If I recall correctly. Oh, let me see. I have to see what her guru lore is before I can even. Oh, yeah. She's got a heavy enough. Yeah. Shit, and then I lost it. Did she have this knowledge? Yup, okay, just kidding. Wendigo cleansing rituals, yes. Actually, some Wendigo, it's rumored that they have rituals used to cleanse their own fallen.
Well,
So
I suppose
maybe
that may be an option. Although, given the choice between rivers of molten silver and Wendigo,
I know the choices are a rock
silver,
and a hard place.
yeah, it kind of becomes an even toss.
It does. It does. Now, well, maybe a Wendigo spirit, maybe not one of the guru might be easier to deal with than Wendigo himself or one of his brood. Which I don't recommend talking to Wendigo anyways.
No,
Not
but
if you like it.
even the spirits of his brood would
And
probably be less than desirable.
and gaining their tribe's secrets, especially those that are only, like I said, this is only a rumor. Well, that would take quite the amount of work. I'd be impressed if you could do it.
Well, Not necessarily even just a matter of can, but should is another one.
Right. Though they might be willing to put you through the rites on their own instead of trying to gain the knowledge for yourself.
Yes, that's a possibility. I may have to pursue.
I mean, many of our outlooks after the shit hit the fan has changed. So theirs may have too. Hard to say. We haven't encountered anyone to go yet.
Well,
Uh, let's see. I'm just trying to think of many options. Spirits are always options.
last time I spoke with spirits too closely, they gave me a perhaps less than desirable name to bear.
Oh,
I think I actually wrote it in his backstory that after he burned everything, he was given the name World Burner,
ooh,
which probably not the most
right.
positive thing.
We will keep looking into it via whether it be via spirits or other means, so that way we hopefully don't have to send you to the Silver River.
Well, I
More
appreciate
they
the
should start going to the Silver River to prove their worth.
the concern and the interest. I too will continue to pursue options.
Yeah, definitely talking to your pack might help.
And I will do so. I just again wanted to put it before you before I brought it up out in the open.
Well, I appreciate that. Adrian doesn't seem to surprised or actually all that worried about you being corrupted at the or that taint of corruption being there. She wants to help you, but she knows that she's not going to worry too hard about you directly fucking shit up. Because there's eyes on you at all times. Yeah. Do you need anything else from me, Faeldor?
I don't believe so.
Or
I,
Sergey? She just
I
smiles.
was in the process of another project, so yeah.
That's right. Good luck with those. If you need anything, I'm around. I'm generally available.
Yeah,
Well,
so
I felt that in mind. I prefer to handle matters, but if I do require assistance, I'm sure I'll call on you.
She nods, and then she glances at Sergey again.
Gets up, walks out.
What an asshole. That's all you hear. She's tempted to slide a knife into his back, but that would be bad.
Yeah.
The elder won't set a bad example.
Well, I'm gonna head out then and see how the armor is coming along.
No, well, it's like I said, it's gonna take some time, but it is. I mean, how long would this take, Will? I'm not the forge master.
They were already tanned hides, so.
Yep. So he didn't have to worry about that.
That would take a lot.
That's the longest
It's mainly
process.
just putting the pieces together.
Yeah.
And as much of a perfectionist as Alec is, it may take a little longer just to get it just right. But I'd say no longer than a day or two.
Yeah.
And that's just to get it just right the way Alec likes it, rather than anything else.
Right.
I'll just see what I can do to assist him until it's done.
Alec, the picky.
perform the rite of the
Yeah.
fetish.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, you want to perform the rite of fetish? Well, let's
Yeah.
see. You better have that up because you're gonna have to roll that.
yep.
Uh,
Right at the finish.
Wits plus rituals, difficulty 10.
Mm-hmm.
mhm.
Now remember, it says each point of permanent gnosis that the character spends during the rite reduces the difficulty by 2.
Okay.
And I will have to. I'm going to probably. Well, it's probably easiest to perform a summoning, really. Well, I don't know. I guess if there's any areas that seem likely to have a guardian spirit, otherwise I will perform a rite of summoning to summon a guardian spirit.
Oh, I'm sure there. I mean, it's Karen. There's guardian spirits, but you're probably gonna have to summon one because you don't want to
Right.
use the Karen's guardian spirit or
Right.
anything, which they all have.
And I didn't know if they had lesser ones that were not.
Oh yeah, there's always lesser spirits.
Right. Lesser guardian spirits that were just kind of
Mhm.
listed there, but fine.
Yeah.
Rite of summoning. So we'll start there. Must
Yep.
pierce the gauntlet just as if you were entering the Umbra. Gnosis against the local gauntlet level.
Oh god, the gauntlet. You're on a Karen. It's probably like 3 or 4. So, and I'm willing to guess a Karen this size with who it is. And considering a moot just happened, the gauntlet's probably 3.
Yeah.
Alright, so difficulty 3 Gnosis roll to summon a. And since I have a crap ton of Gnosis, seemed like a good thing for a Theurge to have.
Yeah.
You
So
can spend
difficult.
the permanent. Remember, it's permanent gnosis.
When I get to
Yeah.
that one.
For the right of the fetish it is, but not for this
So
ritual.
at a difficulty 3, I have 5 successes.
I'd say you pierce the gauntlet
So,
easily. You slip through like butter. A knife through butter, man.
Hot knife through butter. Boom, done. Like, what? That was easy.
So easy.
then I have to make another Gnosis to summon the spirit itself.
Okay.
And we'll spend a willpower on that one, just to be safe.
Awesome.
Plus my willpower, so 4 successes. Says that the spirit comes immediately and is passively benign.
Nice.
And I'm going to address it respectfully and just explain that I'm looking to create a fetish with the intent to protect a individual who is, while not technically a member of our pack, is at least very close to it, a kinfolk. And that I'm concerned for her safety. That she often assists us, but because she's a kinfolk and not a guru, she's not as capable necessarily of handling the physical threats that can be be present, and that because she's a kinfolk of some status or renown because of her pure blood, that I'm further concerned. I'm concerned not just for her own safety, but for the good of the pack as well. It's in everyone's interest to have her be safe.
The guardian spirit likes that answer because that's what guardian spirits do.
Oh yeah. That's what I was going to say. Is the best thing you could say is you're making it for kinfolk.
Yep.
Protect
That
them.
the guardian spirit, as much as spirits don't like being bound, your reasoning is worthwhile. So the spirit will agree to it.
So then I get to wits plus rituals, difficulty 10. Can spend a point of permanent gnosis to reduce the difficulty by 2. Can also be lowered by role playing, so that's, I guess, up to you guys.
Yep. No, I mean, you talked the spirit into it, so I mean, it's not. I think it would be reduced difficulty to put it in there because you're not forcing it. So when it's standard diff 9,
Standard diff is 10.
10. Oh, you talk to put the spirit in the fetish. Okay. Well, like I said, you're not fighting the spirit, so I'm going to make this a little bit easier because you've already went okay with it. It's not going to be much easier. We'll lower it to 8. But you did convince the spirit that it's not fighting back. So,
And
you had some...
since this is something Faeldor is fairly invested in, I'm going to sacrifice a permanent point of gnosis to reduce it to a difficulty of 6.
Okay.
And then I'll spend a willpower on the roll as well to be safe.
Yep.
Wits, rituals. Thank God I spent the willpower.
Yeah. It's a good thing.
Yeah. So I did have the success from the willpower. So.
Yep. So you've got your fetish. Got that. And I believe, let's see.
I'm going to say, is there something he has to do to turn it into a trinket? Because right now it's just a fetish.
And right now it's fetish.
Well,
he's made it clear to the spirit that it is for kinfolk.
Yeah, there are specific kinfolk fetishes, I know, that are driven off willpower.
Yep. And he's made it clear that it's for kinfolk, so the spirit's obviously going to work with him.
Yeah. 384 in W20 talks about it, that they basically it functions the same, but they use willpower instead of gnosis to do so.
Correct. Correct. So yeah.
Then I think the only other thing is, this is something that he personally created, so he's going to try and track down Greer. He wants to give it to her privately.
Right. Well, you know where to... there's one place she always is.
Well, I found her at the shooting range plenty of times, too.
Right? Yep, you found her there. She's either... there's a few places, but you're probably going to find her over with her brother this time around.
Alright. So I will seek her out.
You find her brother first.
Yep. And I'll ask him if he knows where his sister is.
Maybe. What do you need her for?
Well, I have a a gift, if you will, for her.
He just kind of narrows his eyes at you. Any particular reason for the gift?
I'll look right at him and say, well, because she is useful in the field, she's skilled, and it would be a disservice to her if we left her behind every time we go out to engage in any kind of action. But she is still a kinfolk and not one of us, and it's also a disservice to put her in that kind of danger without preparing her.
He turns. Greer.
Yeah, Greer walks out and she's like, yeah, and she looks at
He's
Faeldor.
here
Oh,
for you.
hi. She's like, hello. She'll like look at her brother like, okay, back, like,
Yeah, she's probably a little surprised, actually.
right? Like, she's like, you're here to see me?
Well, I know you've been assisting us in the field quite a bit, and you certainly have the skill set to make that a benefit.
I know a thing or two. She smiles.
However, that being said, we've in the past come up on a regular basis against those who are perhaps a little out of your weight class when it comes to physical combat.
Oh, you mean like Gru?
Exactly. So, to that end, I've brought a gift for you that I think will assist quite a bit.
She's like, oh. Yeah. She definitely looks curious.
And
Definitely wasn't expecting it.
So I'll pull out the armor and hold it out towards her.
She'll take it and look it over.
It's no simple armor. It's one of a guardian spirit has agreed to inhabit it to aid in the protection of you.
No, he didn't move. He just stood there.
It will the armor will help you withstand blows from claws or fangs, or even I'll pull out my dagger and say even a clave. Furthermore, that guardian spirit can, in a pinch, can heal you as well.
Whoa, this is really awesome. She is legitimately like, holy shit. No, thank you. This is badass and it'll be useful. Very useful. Definitely makes me feel a little bit more comfortable running around with you guys.
Eases my mind a bit.
Just like, oh, thanks.
Well, you've certainly been of help in the field, and I'm not going to pretend I don't enjoy spending time with you in the field either. It's nice to have someone who understands the more modern finesses of combat as well.
She smiles.
But again, I think it'd be doing a disservice to expect you to come out with us and put yourself in that kind of danger without being equipped to handle it the way we are. And I'm not going to pretend I don't care for you either. No, I certainly spending time with you in. Anytime you have someone watching your back, you develop at least some.
She nods. She gets it because she's part of the air. She gets it. She nods and smiles. No, I totally get it. I totally get it. She is wearing an old military or Air Force uniform. She does get that. So she's like, oh, No, this is awesome. And just to spite Aldrich because she knows it'll piss him off, she's gonna give you a hug.
Just hear
Oh,
him growling lowly.
and he'll return it, but obviously still keep it polite.
Friendly hug. Yep. No, she like thanks him profusely because this is freaking awesome.
Well, I'm hoping to discuss with the pack. I think we might have an opportunity to field test it as well. I have the location of a supply cache I had left behind, and
You made mention of that.
well, it's as I was thinking about it, I remembered that I was thinking I didn't know how much was left behind, but I realized I never told anyone else where this one was because it was a personal one, and there's a substantial level of equipment in it. I was prior to the whole world going to shit. I was a enforcer basically for a fairly expansive mafia, Irish mob mafia, if you will, and had a number of different available tools. So I handled everything from smuggling to protection rackets to
You had a lot of different
laundering.
caches.
Yeah. Well, and I had one personal one that I kept separate because there were
Seems
times where
personal.
I had private interests that perhaps didn't involve the family, and that one
Gotcha.
had grown over the years, and that's the one that I suspect may still be intact, um, as I had set up fairly expansive security on it. And I had everything from military surplus in there to food rations to you name it.
Same with our bunker. So you want to find you do want to go check for this place.
Yeah, it would. I mean, it'd be a benefit to the Kieran as a whole. It'd be a benefit to us as a pack.
I'd say so.
So I had, like I said, a wide variety out there.
Yeah, from what I hear, your pack could definitely use the extra help. Aldrich.
Well, I had everything from attack drones, military surplus drones, spy drones, attack drones.
Yeah.
There was actually I did have a attack chopper in there. I don't remember if it was a Black
Nice.
Hawk or an Apache, but it was one that I had picked up.
His attack is probably an Apache.
Yeah.
Aldrich.
Well, again, I had picked up stuff not just from American suppliers and not always over the table, so it's hard to remember all the specs, but
They're there. And it's
correct.
certainly going to take more than one person to haul things back.
Yeah, and I think it'd be beneficial to everyone as well.
Yeah, most certainly.
Certainly might be a
Considering half the
benefit.
time they can't think to take food with them.
Well, it might be of benefit
Water or
to have those supplies recovered before we go deal with some of these larger um, hives and such.
Well, you
right.
could always remind them before you go out on missions to
Well,
this particular spot.
I'm hoping to remind the whole pack in the near future and try and get some organized action, but I thought it best to provide this equipment beforehand.
Well, say I think I took out more people on the last job that we went on than they did, and I'm not entirely sure why. I don't know what they were doing.
Last time I was out, I was carrying a piece of the worm. I wasn't doing a whole lot of
Yeah,
it.
no, what out of character? What is? I wonder what he has been doing since that. Because hey, he would have noticed that there is an increase in his tribe here. By the way.
Well, he would have been tanning these hides, and
Yep.
he had some rights and stuff that he wasn't real from. He knew them, but he
Right.
wasn't familiar with them. So,
Uh,
right of the
is
fetish, he had, he knew it from Stormcrow, but he never actually had done it on his own.
there was an attack on a Shadow Lord Karen. That's why all these Shadow Lords are here now. that weren't here before.
And I'm sure they're all thrilled to see me.
Oh, well, you met their leader already. Out of character, yeah. You met Sergey. He was their leader, and he hates your Karen's leader / your tribe's leader. He hates her.
Well, I'm sure that's
So whatever.
good for all of us.
Yep.
That's
I mean, a
because
little.
you lost. That's because you lost the Margrave status to her. That's why he hates her. He just can't get over himself.
Well, I'm sure we can.
Leave it to a Get to call it as it is.
Yeah.
That's true, but no. Like I said, I don't know what they were doing. It all seemed disorganized to me, and what do I know about pack tactics? Greer shrugs.
I tend to be a little bit disconnected from them as well because of my background. That's a story for another day.
We all have stories.
Perhaps over dinner one time if your brother will tolerate my presence long enough.
She just glances at Aldrich.
Just kind of raises an eyebrow like you're pushing it.
Well, I'm sure it's a story you'd be intrigued to hear as well. I wasn't expecting you to walk away.
Way to call it out like it is. No, Greer actually says, way to call it out like it is. And then she's like, oh. She tries to like act like she didn't say anything.
Growl some more.
I'll kind of look at him and I'll say, I get it. I was raised among a family of kinfolk, although I didn't know it at the time, but family values were instilled in me from an early age. I wouldn't let anyone near any of my family.
So she
I wouldn't
learn some manners.
Well, I wouldn't let anyone near my family, and certainly not without me around until I knew I could trust them and knew they had my family's good at heart. He said, I'm here. Number one, because I can see she's talented and capable, and number two, because I have care for her and I like her for who she is. But I'm not expecting you to just take my word for it either.
She's gonna let the boys handle that one.
I'll kind of look at him and I'll say, you give me an opportunity, I'll prove you can trust me. But I'm not asking you to trust me just on my word. And I'll
Good, I won't.
hold out my hand to him. And I'll kind of look at the armor. Look at the armor and say, hopefully that's at least a first step that you'll give me a chance. Although that's not why I did it either.
Yeah, he briefly shakes your hand. He does put a bit of a grip into it to make a point. It's a big brother thing.
Right.
I mean, he doesn't go to break your hand. It's just one of those subtle, I'll kill you if I have to.
I kill you.
Kill you. You die from it.
Typical Gat maneuver.
Yeah.
I'll bid him farewell. I'll give her kind of like the half hug, the comrade hug type thing.
Right.
Shoulder bump, hug, whatever you want to call it.
Seriously, thanks again. This is awesome. She calls off as he's walking off. She's like,
I'll head back to my cave. I've got some other things I need to look into that might be less popular.
She does look at Aldrich when he's walking away. Do you always have to be that way to people?
You're my sister, and only the right ones will do for you.
She just like backs off. That's her brother. He's pissed off, clearly. I'll be in there. She points to the inside, and then there.
Yeah, I'm sure she's not thrilled. He is a half Irish, half Romanian shadow lord with 3 pure breed.
Right?
And 4 appearance.
Right. He's probably like, God damn it.
I'm everything he hates.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And his sister is friendly with you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he'll tolerate you, but pushing limits.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, that's what you do. That's all I had for tonight.
Rock on.
Okay.
I've got to do some thinking before I decide to enact some other rites. That'll be for another session.
All right. Thank y'all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for more.